Welcome to the 1920 presidential election. We are joined today by the Republican Party candidate Harding and the Party candidate Lloyd. Now we will allow each candidate a moment to give a statement, starting with Harding.
Thank you for having me. I'd just like to promise that as your president, I promise to keep this country out of foreign affairs and return this country back to normalcy.
Thank you for having me. As your president, I promise I will actively promote an increase in civil rights as well as promote equality for women and bring our nation forward in morality. I promise to prevent a post-war recession as well as preserve the environment.
Now we're going to start the debate with the topic on economics. Following World War I, the country is concerned with the concept of globalization. What is your take on this, Lloyd?
In regards to globalization, I've heard that much of the public opinion is against it because they're afraid it will cause many things, such as the First World War. But I strongly believe that globalization can prevent such catastrophes as the World War. I also believe that if we maintain influence in other nations, it will strongly benefit our country as we have a surplus in trade.
How do I feel about globalization? This is a cat before globalization, and this is a cat after globalization. No! And that's how I feel about globalization. A vote for Harding is a vote for cats.
Our next topic is on reform. What do you believe should be done in the regards to civil rights? Harding, you first.
How do I feel about civil rights? Well, I feel like black people should have the same rights as everybody else. But in all honesty, it's not going to happen. If you look at all the problems just going on right now, I don't even want to go there. Like, honestly, they're on their own. Sorry.
On the topic of civil rights, I believe that African Americans deserve the exact same rights as you and me, and I'll be very enthusiastic in making sure that they receive those rights of which they deserve.
And now for a brief commercial break.
Harding for president? He eats all the delicate hopes and dreams of Americans. How much can you trust a man like this to keep our status as the greatest nation, to stimulate future generations to greatness, to maintain a good economy at the end of the war, and to handle the country if turmoil overwhelms us? Remember, a vote for Harding is a vote for hard times.
Will you vote for me now?
Final question regarding the reform going on in the country. How do you feel about the newly achieved women's suffrage?
Women have been some of the most pivotal people in the founding of this nation. They have shaped it, and they have shaped the generations that have made this country so great. And I think it is the most wonderful thing that we now have the right to vote, and to bring people into the Congress and Senate and the presidency that will shape our future. So I believe that women's rights should be enhanced, and suffrage is just the beginning of what is to come.
I do believe women have the right to vote. However, I feel like they don't have all the rights, or should not have all the rights that us men have, because in all honesty, we're bigger, better, faster, stronger, smarter. We're overall just like way better than women. Like am I right, guys? Right, guys? I do feel like they have the right to make me food, though.
During World War I, we had an influx of immigrants that aroused debate, especially with the rising concept of communism. How do you plan on handling this, Lloyd?
In regards to immigration, I believe that we should put some restraints on it, because I think the people already in our country, the natural born and the ones who have immigrated here before, deserve the chance to prosper. And that would include giving them a chance for employment and give them the resources that they've worked to produce. That's what I believe on immigration.
How I feel about immigration. I think that immigration... No. Just no.
And now for a brief commercial break.
Courtney Lloyd is a hard-working American who is willing to work for you. She's a homegrown citizen who served in the Women's Land Army of America. She's established great relations with both the Senate and the Congress and is ready to pursue progressive policies to further the nation in its greatness.
Hi, I'm Courtney Lloyd, and I want to be your president.
Our final question is on the environment. With the increase in the industrial field, there's been issue with pollution. How do you plan on handling this, Harding?
Alright, how do you feel about the environment? I feel like everybody keeps fighting about the environment just because it's like this, oh, should we help it, should we not help it, how much should we help it? Honestly, if we just get rid of it altogether, it solves the problem. If it's gone, there's something to fight over. Like if there's a pizza you're eating, the pizza's there, people are fighting over which piece they want. Environment's not there. you'll stop fighting. It's like a pizza that's not even there. So I say we eat the pizza, aka ditch the environment, and solve the problem.
Keep the environment. Keep it. Save it. Nature is a very important thing for mankind because when men and women alike can go walk in nature, they can be inspired to do some very great things. But industry is also equally as important, and it is hard for them to function when they have many restrictions on them. So my policy is I'm going to fund research to find ways that we can actively promote a lack of pollution and a way to reduce the contamination factories put out while putting not a lot of restrictions on factories.
Thank you for tuning in to the 1920 presidential debate, and thank you, Harding and Lowe.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Oh, my heart!
Bring this nation forward in morality. It's Nick!
I feel like he's done this before.
Go lightning!
Yeah! And that people.
Am I famous yet, guys? Do you like me?